Hello and welcome to day 3. Today we're going to do an overview of the endocrine system. The endocrine system controls body functions using hormones. Hormones are chemical messengers that are released into the bloodstream. They help to regulate growth, metabolism, and reproduction. Many endocrine disorders require ongoing medical care. The major glands of the endocrine system are the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid glands, adrenal glands, pancreas, and then the gonads, which are the ovaries and the testes. And we went over the male and the female genital systems, how those produce the hormones. So, testosterone for the men and estrogen and progesterone for the women. The hypothalamus and pituitary gland. So the hypothalamus links the nervous and endocrine system. The pituitary gland, that's our big daddy. That's the master gland. It controls growth. So if you ever heard of people that have that aren't growing fast, children that aren't growing fast, they might say it has to do with their pituitary gland. It controls reproduction and hormone release. Any disorders within these two can, of course, affect multiple body systems, especially when you look at the hypothalamus, because it's linking two systems together. The thyroid and the parathyroid glands. So you might hear a lot about thyroid glands. Thyroid disorder is very common. The thyroid gland controls metabolism and energy levels in the body. It produces hormones that are specifically for the thyroid, T3 and T4, and that's what's measured. If you have a thyroid condition like hypothyroidism or hyper, they'll measure those hormones to see if they're in balance or not to get them on the right track. Parathyroid glands regulate calcium levels, and we all know that calcium affects bones and muscles. It helps to make bones strong, and it's definitely something that we need every day. Adrenal glands are located on top of the kidneys. They produce hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. So if you've ever heard of adrenaline gland burnout or something like that, it's because the cortisol and the adrenaline are just they're burned out with the adrenal glands. They help to manage stress and blood pressure. Adrenal disorders can be life-threatening, so they definitely need to be checked on, especially when you look that they help manage stress and blood pressure, because stress can really make your blood pressure go up, which is not good. Then we have the pancreas, and the pancreas functions in both the endocrine and the digestive system, and it produces insulin and glucagon. If you know anything about diabetes, which is a common disorder of the endocrine system, and it involves the pancreas, then you know that has to do with blood sugar. So as we see, the main function of the pancreas is regulating blood sugar levels, and that's why diabetes is a common endocrine disorder. Anything that has to do with blood sugar is going to be a disorder in the pancreas, especially because it produces that insulin and glucagon. Common endocrine disorders are diabetes mellitus, we just talked about that, hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism. So hypothyroidism is an underactive thyroid and hyper is an overactive thyroid. Cushing's syndrome and Addison's disease. Have a great day 3.